What if I told you that long before Misty Copeland graced the covers of magazines and became a household name, there were 5 extraordinary black ballerinas captivating audiences with elegance, grace, and strength, and most of us have never even heard their names? I'm Dr. Denise LaRosa, and in today's episode of Rooted in Story, we're diving into The Swans of Harlem by Karen Valby, a moving and eye-opening tribute to a group of groundbreaking women whose legacy deserves to take center stage. Let me back up and say this. I am a former professional dancer. I earned my bachelor's degree in dance from Radford University in 2003. Though my focus and training were rooted in contemporary dance, ballet was always part of my foundation and part of my love story with movement. I studied it. I respected it. I adored it and still do. And while I leaned toward the vision and artistry of Alvin Ailey, I even named my college cat Ailey, that's how deep it was, I always held deep respect for Arthur Mitchell and his revolutionary work in ballet. Mitchell founded the Dance Theater of Harlem in 1969 in the wake of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination, a time of grief, of uprising, and of desperate need for healing and hope. He saw ballet not just as a European tradition to be preserved, but as an art form that could and should belong to everyone, especially Black dancers. For so long, Black dancers were told we didn't belong in ballet. Our bodies didn't fit the mold, our skin tones didn't match the costumes or the core, our hair didn't lay flat in buns. We were told we lacked the quote-unquote delicacy or line or refinement, when in truth, the exclusion was about racism, plain and simple. Black ballerinas were forced to carve space in a world that refused to see them. And yet, in The Swans of Harlem, Karen Valby introduces us to Lydia Abarca, Sheila Rohan, Gail McKinney-Griffith, Marcia Sells, and Carla Shelton, 5 dancers who helped redefine what was possible for Black women in ballet. They toured internationally, performed with pride and power, and yet their names have been left out of the dance history books. Reading this book as a Black woman, a trained dancer, and someone who worked professionally in the field, I was wrecked, y'all. How did I not know about these women? How is it possible that I, with a degree in dance and years in the industry, only learned their names because of this book? That says everything about how deeply erasure runs in our cultural memory. And while Arthur Mitchell is often and rightly praised for his vision and dedication to making space for Black dancers in classical ballet, The Swans of Harlem doesn't shy away from the complexity of his legacy. There is an uncomfortable juxtaposition between his groundbreaking work and the mistreatment, control, and possessiveness he had over the very dancers he empowered. That tension left me with some hard feelings: grief, frustration, and, quite frankly, anger. It reminded me that people can do good in the world and still be imperfect, even harmful. We have to be willing to hold both truths, to celebrate what Mitchell created while also acknowledging what these women endured. And we must also reckon with the fact that their contributions were never given the spotlight they earned. So here's what I want to leave you with. First, go read The Swans of Harlem. Honor these women by knowing their names, sharing their stories, and bringing their legacy into your conversations, your classrooms, and your communities. Second, if you're part of the dance world, whether you're a student, a teacher, a choreographer, or a parent, ask yourself this: whose stories are we telling? Who's missing from the syllabus, the stage, the studio? It's not enough to diversify the casting. We need to diversify the history that we pass down. And lastly, let this be a reminder that the work of reclaiming stories, especially the stories of Black women, isn't just academic. It's cultural, it's emotional, and it's necessary. If this episode moved you, taught you something new, or reminded you of your own connection to story, please take a moment to follow Rooted in Story on your favorite podcast platform. Subscribe, leave a rating or review, and most importantly, share the show with someone you know. Text it to a fellow dancer, send it to your book club, or post it to your socials. Every share helps amplify these voices and expand this community. DM me your thoughts on Instagram at LaRosa Reads, tag me in your reflections, or share the name of a dancer whose story deserves to be told using hashtag Rooted in Story. Let's keep lifting these names into the light. Thanks for listening to Rooted in Story. I'm Dr. Denise LaRosa. Until next time, keep reading and keep honoring the stories that ground us.